So, a quick look at compression testing. Got the adapter for the compression tester. Snugs up against the O-ring. We'll attach the gauge now to the air fitting. Alright, that's all set. I have a remote starter that I use. Let's see if we can lock this up here and get a look at it. So that's a good cylinder, about 150 pounds of pressure. Lots of talk on the MG forum about differential pressure testing, or some folks call it leak down testing. This is my leak down tester. I'm going to check it on the same cylinder I just got 150 psi from, so I expect it to be a good cylinder. On the inlet side, you regulate the pressure, and this one goes to 100, but a lot of testing can be done at 80. But I think a lot of gauges for cars, this is an aviation gauge, so I'll set that at 100 through a calibrated orifice. The system will measure the differential pressure. If there's leakage out of the cylinder, the leakage will be higher and the secondary gauge will be lower. So now we pressurize the system, and you can see, whoops, drop the gauge. You can see this one's 100 over 100. This cylinder is not leaking any air anywhere. If you get a low reading, it's a good idea to hold the crankshaft nut. You can see I've just put a big spanner wrench on this one. I would normally use a socket, but I have to pull the heat shield out, or the bottom spray shield out, to get my socket on there. So I've basically positioned the piston at top dead center, and I got it held there with that wrench. When you get a bad reading, I'm going to try and move the crank. You can rock the cylinder, and I'm moving the piston up and down. You can see across top dead center, and you can see the numbers aren't even moving. If you get a bad, you can get changes in the pressure reading if there's a ridge at the top of the cylinder, but this is up. You can get pressure changes as you go back and forth across top dead center. This one's obviously good. And if you had leak down, you would check out the breather, you would check out the carburetor inlets to see if it's leaking past valves to the inlet. You check the exhaust for leaks across the exhaust valve, and you check the breather for leaks across the ring. So pretty happy with the B right now. It's 150 across the board, and so we'll call it a day. Go golfing.